So, if I am not wrong, we should be completely ready to stream. I don't know what's particularly today, as I simply wanted to do a short stream, let's say, or one in which we simply come here and think a little bit for the sake of it. I think it has been not that much of a long time, but at the same time, some time, let's say, since the last possibility that we had. So, yeah, let me. I don't think I have almost anything else to do, so let me properly transition into here. Hello everybody. Welcome. We are another beautiful night on this beautiful place of ours. Another beautiful instance on this or zone of thinking or place of pondering or almost well of using the mind. And we find ourselves once again doing fine, utilizing our time in things that are interesting and also on the simple act of analyzing what we have been interested on since some time ago. So yeah, here we are. Here we, as I said, find ourselves. And let me see, can I make this work? Greta, do you want to work? Okay, there it is. So, as I wanted to say, now for real, as always, welcome everybody. Welcome, beautiful bot watchers. Welcome, lurkers. Welcome, every single one. It seems today we're kind of lucky. We have the bots working, and I have already accepted that it needs to be dealt with as soon as I can. So I decided to instantaneously copy the message from it for the sake of having it be there, basically. So yeah, here we are. In this place we find ourselves, and in this particular occasion also we are having to deal with, let's say, some the first problem that we have to deal with today is the notion that I decided to not really choose any particular question. I was watching stuff, I was overall using the mind. And because of that same reason, I decided to keep it, let's say, short on what I was going to choose for not for, as I know that if I were to try and make it be any way different, I would end up almost losing what makes this work. So yeah, here we are, finding ourselves in this occasion talking about something, let's say, still undecided. But I mean, it is also part of the process, So I cannot really judge or get angry or get in any way, let's say, nervous about it. It is all part of the process. So yeah, here we are, dealing with the first problem, as I said before. So yeah, what are we going to choose today? It's an interesting question. I would say, if I really had to choose something, I will try to go for something on the realm of, as always, or well, as I think it is necessary, in this case, an idea, 2 points, and let's try to go with here we are. On the first of the questions that I think we can I don't know how many we're going to do. I simply prepared just in case 2 slides. I don't really have on my mind a proper number to put into play over here. So yeah, we will see how much is it that I can properly try to go for. But at the very least, we have it here. So, anyways, why two things matter is the first question that I think needs to be observed, I will say. I have been trying to properly address this and properly get myself to, not completely, but to a sense, or in a sense, as much as I can, understand the different branches of this idea. So yeah, fears, we have that. And I think one of the best responses is always something of the sort of, here we are. Here we have the first sentence. Mates, mates, haha, there it is, sorry. Here we have the first part of this whole concept. What matters is what we decide that matters. In a sense, I will try to market this first and foremost as all of this idea has not behind it, but also included on it the concept of us knowing what should matter, when in reality we simply decide if something is a matter of importance to us or not, not really based on any proper knowledge that we hold about any particular thing that has happened in the world, but rather I will try to say thus: we believe that we have the real capacity of properly choosing about all of the different parts that end up making up what could be considered truly almost concerning and even important, and it isn't forming. It is, yeah, it is something in the lines of a truly also significant, oh, what the fuck, significant part of the different things that we are trying to analyze. In this case, we are, for example, talking about the whole idea of what matters. Therefore, we decided to place that this question, or yeah, I would say this question, we ended up deciding it was the most important thing, when in reality, I would say every human is the decider. I don't know if decider, simply the observer and properly chooser of what really ends up mattering. Not because we have the skills to do so, I think I said before, but simply because we know that we have to choose something. And how will I put it into words is a good question. I think something like, let me see. Um, Okay, I think we have the first axiom of knowledge about this piece, because in one sense it is true that we I don't think it is criticize the proper word here. We try to constantly discern what is useful and what is not from everything else, and while doing so, we almost discard all the other things that are, let's say like this, it ends up making it feel like most of the time we choose, we don't know if what we choose to deal with is properly the good question, or the good thing to deal with or not. But at the very least, it allows others to see and to properly understand what is it that we are interested in the sense of putting ourselves, or I don't think it is necessary for us to interact with the world in that sense. As okay, I think I will have to make these other points over here. Mm, about okay, let me think how to put it into words. Give me a second. Let's say like this. Okay, let's try to say it like this way. Um, hello. There it is. No, no. Let me see. Okay, so far I would say that like this, we're getting, or we're trying to get into somewhere Because going back to what we were trying to convey, or what we were trying to conclude, sorry, we have also to see and to observe that in those moments in which I don't know if it is that we feel, we see, we observe, we sense that the different societies in which we reside, every single one of us end up telling us that it is necessary for us to have something that matters. It is also in that moment that we can, I will even probably try to combine both of these two things into something more like yeah, I think I can try to say it like this. We need or we will find some benefits on learning what matters to us. As I will say, when we have two things on one side, let me see, is it proper to say that although we might do not properly understand what is it that we're really trying to deal with, and on the other that there is a thing pushing us to try and do our best in the sense of understanding what matters to us, it is that by both of those we can conclude there should be something that is of an importance matter to us. And by that conclusion, we can also see that we might as well learn, yeah, this final part over here, we might as well learn what is it that really matters to who we are, as we can see in a way how we can properly interact more with the different societies in which we live, because it means that we are solving this problem of finally learning what matters on one hand, and on the other we we keep basically dealing with the, I don't think even of it as a problem, simply with the matter at hand of the society itself also wanting from us or desiring to have us have a matter that seems important. So I will say from those two things we can, yeah, conclude this, that learning what is meaningful to us or what is an important matter to us is a way to start. And I mean, okay, why do things matter? I will say, I think I can properly also take completely from out of everything else another new arrow and try to address, for example, the idea of I didn't make these points before, no? Let me see. Okay, I didn't make it. I simply said it. Here we are. We also have the second definition, I will say, or the ramification of the response being the one of what matters is what the different societies feel that matters, or in other ways deem as an important matter, or a matter of more importance compared to something else, let's simply say. As I will argue that every single one of the societies finds ways in which they can decide to feel, or not to feel, they will decide to agree, let's say like that, to agree that there is something of a main importance compared to not, there is something of an even bigger importance than the other things, what the other things have. Sorry. So, because of this, it ends up meaning truly that you can properly put, not you, the societies can properly put a whole more understandable picture about where they are right now compared to the different matters that they already attended to on the first place. On the second one, what is the next thing that should be an important matter to them in that sense also. And the third, and I don't think last one, but simply existing one, of also observing what should be or what is becoming an even bigger thing of importance. Let's say like that. Yeah. I think I have this, and in reality, I can associate this with this in a sense, but on the other hand, or well, I mean, what I just said needs to. Yeah, I think I can properly get this into here, because the societies at the end of the day, even if they encompass a whole group of people, they are at the end of the day people. So it doesn't remove them from the knowledge or the necessity of properly learning what should be a proper matter, instead of simply over worrying about what is going to be the next thing that they utilize their time on or not. So, with these two explanations on hand, we can move on into what I tried to explain before, basically. Let me expand it over here. No. There we have it. We have two parts, and sadly there is one more that I need to see where I am going to fit. I will say probably over here, simply. No? What the fuck? I didn't mean to do that. Over here, sorry. Um, something along the lines of basically let me try to explain what I have put over here after, I don't know, 5 minutes of writing. Basically, this goes back to the concept of understanding our past to see where we are, and understanding our present to see where we are heading towards. In that same sense, it is that we can paraphrase almost into saying that if we learn about what are the different things that have taken or should take an importance in our and the different lifestyles of our societies, by learning that, it is that we can at first observe how we performed in the past and how we might take advantage of the different decisions that appear to us now in the present based on the past. And by also carrying that knowledge from the present into the future or into the concept itself of the future, and analyzing this, discovering, deconstructing also properly the sides of the different things that have to deal with what we have observed and we deemed as not important, but we also see and feel that they are going to slowly become more important in the future. By having those three things combined, it is that we can enter into almost a harmonious three-sided phase or three-sided reality in which we are constantly feeding back into the whole loop of knowing what has happened, knowing what is happening, and knowing what is going to happen, in the sense of making everything clear so that we can correctly assess what is everything that exists inside of our knowledge, let's say, or inside of our life, to not have it so incredibly hard to comprehend, inside of our life. And because we can do that, and because even more, we can properly let others also discover all of these things. It is with a combination of those two that we can start to try and pursue probably an even bigger concepts born from all of this that might have to deal with something like seeing what is a matter that we might as well not have the possibility of dealing ourselves, but that we might want to leave for others to try and deal with, let's say. But yeah, I think this is almost all of the idea. Let me see. I don't really have anything else to try and add over here. I don't think so, my man. So far, I think all of this is as simple as that, you know. And Yeah, with this, I will be very happy already, and I will be very content also, as I don't observe almost any other part that might need to be observed, let's say. So, yeah, with that also, um, today, today sadly we're going to get it here. I have almost no more energies, and I have been struggling to properly even put the sentences together for this particular lesson. So I feel like we might perform better if I were to, instead of forcing anything to keep happening, shut myself off for today and go properly rest, and tomorrow deal with what tomorrow has for us inside of it. Now, yeah, as always, also, obviously, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, for looking, for watching the world, for all the different gifts that happen always incredibly more. Also, thanks for the opportunity, for paying attention, for watching what has happened. I know that, yeah, today we're calling it a day, but tomorrow, with the beautiful hope placed on it, we're going to see what is it that we are going to have to deal with. Now, yeah, this is all. Remember to stay safe, remember to stay hydrated, remember to rest, and yeah, until next time, whenever it is, no pressure on it happening, stay safe. Goodbye.